Hey guys, Pastor P here. Hope you're doing well today. We got back home earlier, a couple hours or so ago, safe and sound. All is well. Camper's all put away. The laundry's being done now, and just easing into the evening. So I hope that you're doing well. Hope that today is treating you kind. Hope that Monday has been good to you. Today we're diving into Luke chapter 16. It's not too deep of a dive. Just to be honest with you, as I had gone over and I looked back on my notes just a little bit ago and wanted to come home and spend just a little bit of time with you, I noticed that most of my focus is right there at the top when the story of the shrewd manager. And the reason why that, if we might jump right on into this, because it's kind of an interesting thing, because Jesus is continually teaching his disciples just by the actions he takes, by the things that he shares, by the things that happen in his company, with the food just multiplying, with miracles happening, with the conversations that he has with the Pharisees and the teachers of the law. And so here in this particular chapter, he uses it kind of a negative thing to teach a positive thing. Let's take a look at it. He was telling his disciples there was a rich man whose manager was accused of wasting his possessions. And so he called him in and he asked him, "What is this I hear about you? Give an account of your management." Now, some translations say, "Give an account of your stewardship." And he says, "Because you cannot be manager any longer." And he says, the manager said to himself, "What shall I do? My master's taken away my job. I'm not strong enough to dig. I'm ashamed to beg. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do so that when I lose my job here, people will welcome me into their houses." What do you think he's going to do? And so he called in each of his master's debtors. And he asked the first, "How much do you owe my master?" And he said, 900 gallons of olive oil. He replied, and the manager told him, "Take your bill, sit down quickly, make it 450, cut it in half." And he told him, and then he asked the second one, he said, "How much do you owe?" And 1,000 bushels of wheat. And he replied, he told him, "Take your bill and make it 800. And the master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly, getting them to pay. And it says here, "For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are people of the light." Now, what do you think Jesus means by that? I think that whenever he's asking the manager to give account of his stewardship, give account for what he was doing, he had asked him, just like God's asking us, give account of your stewardship, give account of your time, give account of your gifts that you give to others. Give account. I listed a few things here. Give account of your substance. Give account of your influence. What are you doing to share Christ in your daily life? I'm just pulling that. What are you doing to help others? Give account of your life. And so when the owner is talking to the manager, he's like, "I just want to know what you've been doing." Okay, just think about God asking us. I just want to know what you're doing. What are you doing? What do you see of importance? Because in this world, a lot of times, let's just be honest with one another. A lot of times we will be going hot and heavy to obtain something in the world. But maybe toss a few coins to Christ and say, okay, use that to multiply and feed some folks and to take care of some folks and clothe some folks and provide for some folks that don't have anything. And so I believe that in this particular verse, when Christ is asking them, it says, "For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are the people of the light." A lot of times, we are more in hot pursuit of the things of the world than we are in hot pursuit of the things of God. That's just being honest, okay? A lot of times, we allow the things of the world to get in the way of our pursuit of the things of God. A lot of times, we favor the things of the world over the things of God. And think about that for just a second. Think about that in your own life. If you had to give account of your stewardship, what you're doing with your time, what you're doing with your talents, what you're doing with the substance God has blessed you with. What are you doing with the favor? What are you doing with the influence? What are you doing with your health? What are you doing with your wealth? Just asking, because sometimes we need to stop just for half a second and think about that. Because it says here, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. We cry out to God, God, I need more time. God, I need more money. God, help me, heal me, give me. Yeah, we're crying out for things. But it says, whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much. What little God has given you, if you think it's a little bit, how have you been doing with that? And it says, whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. Be honest about it. What have you done with it? Well, how have you sown it? And it says, so if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? It says in verse 13, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you'll be devoted to the one and despise the other. It says that you cannot serve both God and money. And just paying attention to that. What's the balance? Okay, have you found the balance in that? It goes on to say that the Pharisees who loved the money heard this and they're sneering at Jesus. And he said to them, you are the ones who justify yourselves in the eyes of others. But God knows your hearts. What people value highly is detestable in God's sight. See, maybe the things that if we've gained things by ill means, if we've gained things wrongly, if we've stolen or cheated or ripped somebody off to get whatever it is, whatever substance it is that we have, and we've been dishonest with that, okay, there's going to be accountability to that. And we find that some of the additional teaching that it has in here is on the rich man and Lazarus, that when they both died, Lazarus went to heaven and the rich man went to hell, went to the waiting area, the waiting room, and didn't quite understand it. Didn't quite understand that he had treated Lazarus wrongly in this life and was being held accountable. His destiny, his eternity, he was being held accountable to that, to those actions, to that behavior. And it says that the time came and the beggar died and the angels carried him to Abraham's side, and the rich man died and was buried in Hades, where he was in torment. He looked up and he saw Abraham far away with Lazarus by his side, and he called to him, Father Abraham, have pity on me. Send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I'm in agony in this fire. And Abraham replied, Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things while Lazarus received bad things? But now he is comforted here and you are in agony. And besides all this, between us and you, there's a great chasm has been set in place, so that those who want to go from here to you cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us. And the man went on, I beg you, Father, send Lazarus to my family. I got 5 brothers. Go let them know. Let them know what they need to be doing instead of this, so that they can avoid this place of torment. And Abraham replied, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them. They have the teachings. Listen to them. Obey them. Stick to them. And he said to them, if they don't listen to Moses and the prophets, they'll not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead, even if Lazarus rises up and goes and tells them. Doesn't work that way. The encouragement here is to do God-sized things while you're here. In the blessings that God has blessed you with, you have been blessed to be a blessing. Bless others. If you want great reward here, bless others. If you want great reward later in afterlife, bless others. Bless others so that your life here can be in peace. I mean, we learned that eternal life is to know God and his Son, Christ, whom he had sent. Okay, eternal life is here and now. Make the most of it. Make the most of it. If God were to ask you to give account of your stewardship, what would your response be? Know today that I love you. Just want to give you some things to ponder on from Luke 16 today. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Night, night.